Are you dying to find out who will qualify from the second semifinal at Eurovision 2021? Well, the wait is over. We came together, our team here, and we figured it out. Here are the 10 songs that we think will qualify in May from semifinal 2. Let's talk Eurovision. Sup, you fools! Matt, ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel, and as pointed out, semifinal 2 of the Eurovision Song Contest 2021, in my view, a very difficult semifinal to predict, but we did it anyway. A jury of 9 members of ESC United, we came together, we all ranked the songs from where we think it'll end up come May. This is all, of course, pre-rehearsals from 1st to 17th place, and I will share with you the results right now, and then I would love to hear from you as well. I will share the team score, and then we'll add my own commentary what I think the song deserves to be. It's all subjective, we get it, don't get upset. If you love Eurovision videos, of course, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Lots and lots of Eurovision stuff coming your way. And if you want to support us, of course, hit that like button. When you do that, that really helps to promote the video, and we need your help. But that's enough. Let's talk about this. Here are our top 17, not what we like, but what we think will happen in Rotterdam, starting with the first place, working our way down to 17th place. The country that we think will win this semi, finishing in first place, Switzerland. Okay, here's the kicker, my friends. Every single member on our jury, all 9 of us, we believe that Switzerland will win this semi. So this wasn't even a contest. It couldn't be more clear. Now watch Switzerland come last. That would be super awkward. We know it's not going to happen, but the hype is real for a reason, and there's a lot of confidence in Switzerland's success at the contest. I do think that looking at the competition, that Switzerland could potentially pull it off, getting like a second place with both juries and televoters, winning it all, potentially even higher, but they are definitely the one to beat. Either way, Team United says Switzerland will come first in this semi. In second place, according to our predictions, Iceland. So Daði, well situated to go far in this contest. His song last year, Think About Things, super popular. And then 10 years, again, quite popular. And then combined, we think Iceland will come in second place, silver medal. That means they're probably going to go far in the finals as well, but we're not going to even worry about that right now. Everyone has Iceland between 2nd and 5th place, so according to us, a guaranteed top 5 at a bare minimum. I personally fall right in between there. I think the team is getting it right. I put them in 3rd place in my predictions. I see both juries and televoters liking this one. Potentially a little bit more on the televote side where the support is coming from. But Iceland, the odds are in your favor. Team United thinks you've got this, 2nd place. Then in 3rd place, why am I yelling? In 3rd place in our predictions, Finland. So yes, the Nordic country is ready to take home a really good result at the contest. It's been a minute, hasn't it been? Now, at least according to our predictions, everyone on our team is convinced that Finland will qualify. But one person, only one person though, thinks it's going to be a borderline qualifier. They're not quite as confident. The rest of us said, yeah, of course. Finland, and this is my opinion, is a potential televote winner, right? That's how I feel about it. Switzerland is another obvious candidate. 2 very different genres, comes down to what comes across better on television and what mood the viewers are in on that particular day. But Blind Channel, they may do decently with the juries not quite as high, so they're not going to win this semi. I could see Finland then finishing like overall 2nd place, but with the average result of 3rd place of Team United, I'm quite happy with that. I can live with it. Then in 4th place, that means not direct qualifier, but qualification for Bulgaria. Once again, the entire team thinks Bulgaria is a sure qualifier. Our predictions rank from 2nd to 7th place, so a pretty safe candidate for the grand final, and I concur. I think Bulgaria will finish in 5th place, and that's my predictions only. I'm not yet completely convinced though. that the televoters will be as wowed. It's just, I need to be convinced by that. I will withhold my final judgment until the staging is known. It could be just a breath of fresh air and just that moment of zen that we all need. And it could work. But for now, I'm putting in 5th place over 4th place with our team. Sounds right to me. In 5th place, that's what we think. It's going to be Greece. Now, another sure qualifier according to our analysis, though not quite unanimous. 8 of us think Greece will go through. 1 person said it's not going to happen. That's a daring choice in my view, but they were overruled. A lot of hype around Greece's staging, and something that hasn't been done before certainly helps with the betting odds, and staging can have a big impact on the outcome, so I'm taking that into consideration as well. I personally said 4th place, but 5th place as a team overall, I can agree with that as well. So, good rating so far, team. I trained you well. Alright, 6th place, according to our predictions, is reserved for San Marino. And anytime San Marino qualifies, let's be real here, that's a success for them. And we all think that the Micronation will be once again in the final for a 3rd time. That would be awesome. Now, everyone thinks Adrenalina will go through. Encouraging news, 4th to 9th place, that's where we range. I actually agree with the overall ranking though, because I put San Marino in 6th place. It's really strange. In Semi 1, there was a lot of disagreement. So far, I'm like on board with everything, although that may change very soon. So San Marino, I think you've got this. Then in 7th place, now this is to me so far the biggest surprise. Are you ready? Albania. I personally was quite surprised to see Albania so high up in our predictions. Let me know if you are as well. So, this is even a bigger surprise. All 9 of us, every single one of us said Albania will go through. Shocker! When I put them in my predictions as a qualifier, I thought, okay, I'm going to be the lone wolf here, or I'm going to be clear in the minority at a bare minimum. But no, everyone was like, yeah, it's going to go through. We all think it'll be between 7th to 10th place. So when we average it out, it's still a 7th place. I don't think the betting odds always understand Albanian songs, that there is a much bigger appeal there, so I'm taking that aside right now. Albania has been defying the odds in 2018, in 2019, and they squeezed through. There's just something about their music that works for a lot of people. It could happen again this year. I personally have them in 9th place in my predictions. I think it could be between 9th and 11th place. With both juries and televoters, just enough to go through. I do think 7th is a bit high. I don't see that happening. But this is where we put them. 7th place in our predictions. Wow. 8th place according to our predictions. Let's go. Czech Republic. This would be the country's 3rd consecutive qualification, which would make them basically a player at Eurovision. For the longest time, that was not a thing. This is a little less of a certain qualifier according to our predictions. 7 of us said yes, 2 of us said no, and our ranking ranges from 6th to 12th place, which is still pretty good. And initially I also said no, it's not going to make it. The very last minute I flipped my 10th and 11th place, because Czech Republic was my 11th place, and I am saying, okay, Czech Republic, they will make it. I'm not confident though. This was the most difficult one, because again, it was a last minute thing. Czech Republic has this thing where they either please the juries or please the televote, but they can't figure out or can't put forward a song where both groups are like, yay! And I'm worried it's going to happen again this year. But Benny is a charismatic performer, very likable, and depending on the vibe that I see on camera, on screen, I definitely could change my mind on this one and could put it even higher. Right now, I am uncertain. I barely put it in 10th place. But in the end, Czech Republic is through 8th place in our predictions. Then in 9th place, it's getting exciting. We think this country will make it, will perform in the grand finals, and that is Serbia. Listen, Serbia's track record is pretty good at Eurovision when it comes to the qualification rate, right? They had a few boo-boos in between, but for the most part, it's going fairly well. They don't do as well in the finals as of late, but that's not really relevant here because we're only focusing on the semis. Again, it's a 6-3 split. 6 of us think it'll go through. 3 said no. And interestingly enough, it was a fairly big range. It ranged from 4th to 15th place. Anything is possible, clearly. Overall in 9th place, I personally have doubts. I have doubts when it comes to the juries. Loco to me screams 15th place with the jury members. And they may tank it. And that is why I'm worried. And yes, I do think Serbia will finish in the top 10 with the televoters. I put them like 7th place, potentially 6th place. But due to the big discrepancy, it may miss out. It could put like an Estonia 2017, but Verona was like 6th in the televote, but the juries were like, and it just wasn't enough. And that is my concern, just a hunch. Not saying that is what I want, just trying to look at the music and what works and what doesn't work for the televoters and juries traditionally, and also who is in the semi, what countries may give them some points. So yeah, that is, I'm just trying to explain why I put them as a non-qualifier. But in the end, the team said 9th place for Serbia. We think it'll go through. In 10th place, which makes it our borderline qualifier. You just scraped them, but it's enough. Moldova. Give me some sugar. As pointed out, our borderline qualifier. 6 of us think it'll go through. 3 said it is not going to go through, but once again, and this is crazy, we don't agree where it's going to end up. This was the most difficult song for us to place, ranging from 3rd place, as high as 3rd place with someone, then as low as 17th place with somebody else, which is dead last in the semis. So when you combine it, 10th place, enough. It just was so hard. Our team doesn't know. Total wild card. I have it though as a fairly safe qualifier. I'm just going to be honest. Malta frequently is overlooked by the betting odds, by the fan community, if you will. Look at like 2018, my number one, nobody liked it, and then they did really well. Hey Mama was not on many people's radar a whole lot, and then I finished in 3rd place. There's just something about their music. The dream team is involved. They know what they're doing. The staging is going to be amazing. I have them as a fairly safe qualifier in 7th place. So a 10th place is a little low for me, actually. In the end, we think it's a borderline qualifier, enough to see the grand final. So there you have it. These are the 10 songs that we will think will go through. Let's take a look real quick at the other songs that we think will not qualify, where they ended up and why. And in 11th place, which is our borderline non-qualifier, Denmark. They are closing the second semifinal, the last song of the night, and even though that's usually an advantage, we don't think it is going to be enough. 3 juries think that Denmark will make the cut, while 6 of us said no. Me personally, I also have Denmark as a non-qualifier, but I will say this. Denmark will be in the top 10 of the televote. Mark my words. I'm very confident about that. At the same time, I know that the juries will come in and burn this one to the ground. It'll just destroy any chances it might have with the televoters. So qualification to me at this point seems unlikely. Juries prove me wrong, but that's just how I feel. I put Flamme in 13th place in my predictions. Overall, 11th place with Team United. No final according to us, at least pre-rehearsals. The country putting in 12th place is Austria. But amen. And this would be Austria's second consecutive non-qualification. Our team thinks that's going to be the case. Only 2 jury members out of 9 think that Austria will make it. Not enough, but guess what? I'm one of them. Yes, I am. I think Austria may be the surprise qualifier in this semi. And what am I taking into consideration? The juries. The juries are always a wild card. There's some ballot that they tend to put forward really high, and while there are others that they may pick, my hunch, my gut feeling is telling me it's Austria. And it's a coincidence, by the way, because in the semi 1, I said that Slovenia's Amen will be the surprise qualifier. Now in this one, I'm saying Austria's Amen is the surprise qualifier, pure coincidence. But it's just, It's just a kind of song that I could see just squeezing in, just barely squeezing in. And I don't see them in the top 10 with the televoters, but the jury support will be enough. But in the end, I was overruled. 12th place for Austria in our predictions, not enough. Meh. 13th place, according to our predictions, Portugal. And this was actually a surprise to me. It's not as clear and cut as I thought. 2 of us think it'll go through. 7 said no. Combined, not enough. It's a lot more confidence there than I initially expected. And in my predictions, Portugal was actually a borderline qualifier in 10th place. And then at the very last second, I took him out. I flipped Czech Republic and Portugal. The reason is I don't see both Austria and Portugal going through, so I took Portugal out. I do think that Austria has a better chance of getting the jury support. But it was close, and I'm also not confident. This could be a close one, maybe. I think this could also be something that a lot of people don't expect to do well, and then could do actually a little better. But in the end, it didn't matter what I said, because Team United put it in 13th place. So, Moving on, in 14th place, according to our predictions, is Latvia. And that sucks. Samanta, Tīna, for God knows how many years, tried to go to Eurovision, and then it finally happened. Then Eurovision got cancelled, but she gets to go again, yay! Just for us to believe that she's not even going to make it to the grand finals. It's unfortunate. One out of 9 people thinks it is going to work for Actually the Moon is Rising and seeing the grand final, but 8 of us don't see it happening. And I do agree with that. I just don't have a good feeling about this one. Looking at both juries and televoters, I can say for sure that either group will go for it. Her voice, certainly impressive, and that may help a little bit with the juries, but I don't feel it's coming together. Once again, I'm listening to my gut. I like my gut, because it's all I got. Get it? Now, seriously, 14th place for Latvia. We'll find out soon enough how right or wrong we were. 15th place, Estonia. Okay, Uku, good news. One person believes you will qualify, but the rest of us said no. Now, it doesn't look good if you ask me. Not the greatest running order. The lucky one didn't fare well with the juries in Estonia, so then I have no reason to believe that they would do much better at Eurovision. I have Estonia in 14th place in my predictions. Again, not saying that's what I want. I'm just trying to be reasonable with my predictions. No final for Estonia, but there is a potential hidden televote support that could give him a boost, but I still don't think it's going to be enough to make the cut. 16th place. You ready? Second to last. Poland. So baby, hold on for the ride of your life. Poland has basically the unfortunate honor of being the only entry in this semi where the entire team disagrees. Poland will not qualify from the semis. Nobody has it in the top 10. And then when you combine our rankings, that's what you get, a second to last, 16th place. Not a good omen for Rafal, and I can't say I disagree with it. I just don't think the jury will fancy it. Even though they have been harsh on Poland in the past, I can see why they wouldn't like this. It gets maybe a little bit more for televote support, but it's not going to be enough. So, in the end, not enough to make the cut. Unfortunately, Poland. And then in 17th place, last place, Georgia. Team United says Georgia will finish in last place if you combine all of our rankings. But there is something good here. One person actually thinks Georgia will be a surprise qualifier. So 8 said no, 1 said yes. So hey, take it with a grain of salt, but every little bit helps. I also believe that at this point, Georgia screams last place to me. And not because it's the worst song. I just don't see anyone going crazy over this. It's just not that kind of song. And somebody has to come last. Georgia did that before, in 2018? So I can see it happening. Oh, sorry, Georgia. So there you have it, our ranking from 1st to 17th, the 10 songs that we think will go through. And I know you will have a lot of opinions. I saw them on the first semifinal video. Again, these are our predictions. Sometimes we make bold choices, sometimes we go safe, but this is what we came up with. Now it's your turn. Who do you think will qualify? Who is out? I want to see your comments. Be nice. Thank you for watching the video. I'll be back soon with the next one. Bye.